Well, what I'm going to do is a really quick airbrush makeup. Now, a lot of times when I'm doing film and TV, we work with cameras, bane of my life, high definition, you've all heard of that, haven't you? When that came in, it now shows up every little imperfection and close up, so I can't make any mistakes. I can't have a hangover or a bad day and think, oh, you'll lose. I have to actually think, oh, God, high definition red cameras or an Alexa, you know, and the director of photography is going, we've got a red, and I'm going, yeah. Yeah. So we can't make any mistakes whatsoever. So a lot of the time we use what we call an airbrushing gun, because sometimes when you're doing period films, so when I'm working in the industry and I'm doing a lot of period films, period makeup, actresses, the director will say, we don't want any makeup, and the actress will be going, don't you dare send me out there with high definition. You know, that'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it? So we use what we call airbrushing because you don't actually see where it stops and starts. So the camera doesn't pick it up because it ends up flawless. And the trick when you're doing airbrushing is you can spray it on, but also if you haven't got electricity, you can use the products to brush on. So when you actually get the little airbrush, you just put a couple of drops, but you can actually just mix a couple of drops, still apply it with a brush and a sponge, and it still goes on flawless. And sometimes if you do it with a brush and a sponge, you can take some off, so it doesn't show up streaky. So you can use the airbrush makeup either with the gun or without it. It is a really, really good tool. Now take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Hold that. Okay. And what I'm going to do is just spray down onto the nose. Breathe. When I'm training all my students at college, I always say, make sure you use a big gown, because if you're wearing designer clothes and you get a little splodge on there, and they'll go, and as if, what's she talking about? And then I make a mistake and go, yeah. So, and then you go. Can you see? Anybody have trouble with eye makeup? Yeah? Cool? When you're using products, the really good quality products, just touch. Okay? If you're watching, draw a line. Draw your line, blend towards the centre, and you'll create a really nice effect. Let your brush do the work. Okay? Can you see? Yeah? Oh, there's a lot of eyeshadow there, would you agree? Okay. Start with the dark. From now on, I will stalk you in your rooms. This side of the room, watch. Draw a line. How easy is that? Yeah? Darker colours into the crease. Let the brush do the work. Now, you know when you get home and you get your brush and you think, oh, she made it look so easy. Call me a bitch, I don't care. Remember I said I made it look so easy and people try? It just takes a little bit of practice. But honestly, this is just blend your brush over into the centre. And then you've got light, dark, and a mid-colour gold. Nice and easy. Yeah? Just open your eyes and look up on the down. I'm just going to apply a light colour in the centre to open up. Now, how easy was that? So I found a product, and it's a brow, liner, but brow pencils tend to be greasy and not very nice. Throw them away, they're horrible, and you could never use one with on set with a red camera. It would show up as a horrible greasy slime, look like slugs. Yeah. This is a brilliant product, and anybody that wants me to put it on them and show you how quick and easy this is, it's totally matte and it's like powder. And what you actually do is you draw in into the brow the colour as if it's hair. And it goes on so naturally and defines the brows perfectly, quickly, easily. You don't need a stencil, you don't need a video, you don't need anything, but it gives you instant definition, instant colour for perfect brows. And they do it in a light and a dark. It's totally grease-free, really easy, and it has a brush on the other end. Ladies, it's a brilliant, brilliant product. I use it in film, TV, fashion, everywhere I go now. Luckily, Bare Minerals know that I love these and keep sending them, so that's quite nice. But it is one of the best brow products on the market that I have found, and I've been sent a lot of products. So just brush as if you're brushing in hairs, just really light feather work, as if you're just drawing on a little hair. And don't worry if you make a mistake, because you can just comb it out and create that nice shape. It is so quick and easy. Done. Nice little brows. Yeah? And that's it. So what I want you to do is, as we've found the cheekbone, and then underneath we're going to contour in the hollow. So that's where you would use a bronzing powder. So what you do is you pick up a bronzing powder, any bronzing powder. So what we're going to do, in the hollow we've got bronzing powder, apply it onto a brush. Can you all see? And all I'm going to do is apply from the ear into that hollow. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah? Can you all see? Don't worry if you put too much on. You can just take some off with another brush. But I want to give her a nice sculpted. If you've got a forehead like mine, which is like a 5-head, yeah? You know, people say, oh, you've got a 4-head. No, I've got a 5-head. So then you shade off the corners to make, dark makes something look smaller, so I always try and wear black. But if you actually shade off the corners with the bronzing powder, you'll make something look bigger. So if you've got a slightly, wider nose, just add a tiny bit of bronzing powder and blend it down, and it'll slim your nose down. Yeah? It's great. If you've got a little double chin like mine, lots of bronzing powder. Yeah? So, nice little sculpt, just under here. And I'm taking it up just onto the ears so that it just doesn't stop and start. Now, what I'm going to do is just take a blusher brush. This is a little blusher brush. And I'm now just going to apply onto the cheekbones the colour. So onto here, we then apply the blusher. So we find the cheekbone, don't go too far in. We don't want round circle and salads. So stay in that area and don't come too far in. Your blusher should never come any further forward. If you've got a big face, then the corner of your eye. So look for the corner of your eye and try and keep it out there. If you've got a very small face, look for the black dot in the centre of your eye, and you can work out and it'll give you a little bit more sculpt. And now, you can't see where the bronzer is to the blusher, can you? But you could a minute ago. So then we just very quickly do the other side. And this is what we call kissing the blusher off. Yeah? Mwah. Can we all see that? Then, I'm just going to apply a little bit of highlighter here to blend the top of the blusher. Highlighter creates a shelf. So we've gone bronzer, blusher, highlighter, and it creates a shelf, but it gives cheekbones. Can you all see? So she's now got defined cheekbones. That's all the contouring that you need, ladies. Don't be bothering with the face mapping. What you need is a bronzing powder. Get your little finger find where it goes and go with Pamela Claire's that it goes in there. Blusher up here, a little bit of highlighter, and if you are 35 plus, stop with the big sparklers. Yeah, use that on your arms because it's gorgeous in your legs. Okay, so we've now created a nice little look. Okay, we've done eyebrows. Mascara. Can you all use mascara? Okay. How many of you get a mascara and when you've got it, you pump it? You all do that? Well then you need a license because none of you can use a mascara. You buy a mascara from, well, this is a bare minimals percent no. But say that this is an Estee Lauder or a Christian Dior or a L'Oreal or Rimmel, whatever you buy as your mascara. When you take it out, don't pump it. You have a nice creamy mascara that the company spent a long time getting perfect. And then you go, what are you doing that for? You're drying it out. And then, how many of you go, I'll just like the bits at the end of the mascara. How many do that? Yeah, the company, if you ever read the instructions, it'll say, don't do that. Because then you get lots of bits all around the tip of the mascara. And then you apply mascara, don't you? But you don't just go, you go, or you're in the car mirror, aren't you? Okay, because we always look stupid, don't we, ladies? Okay? And then when you've finished, you then push the dry bits and the hard bits back in. And then, after a week or so, you go, it's rubbish this mascara. It's dry down really quickly. And it's got all bits in it. Oh, rubbish. No. Stop with that. Take it out. And then the end bit that's got a little bit of excess on, put onto your hand or onto a tissue. So start with the bottom lashes, because then when you come up to do the top, if you do the top first, and then you go, you end up with all black bits up here. I told you need a license. None of you could use a mascara. You're all laughing because you're all guilty, aren't you? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Buy a lip liner. Now I've chosen quite a harsh red colour. Sorry. But the reason is I want you to see what I do with it. And what I want you to see, when you're using a lip liner, this will stain your lips and it will fill it in. If you're going for an interview or you want your lipstick to stay put, this is what you need to do. Find the centre of your lips, and all you're going to do is between the Cupid's bow is draw a line going down. Can you see that? Okay. Then I'm drawing a line in the bottom. Can you see that? And then what I'm going to do is just draw little feather steps towards the centre from the outside. Okay, from the outside towards the centre with this red. Can you see? And then always little tiny steps. Don't try and do it all at once. And you need to have a steady hand. What I've got is my hand underneath and I'm using my little finger to guide. And you'll create a nice larger looking lip. Can you see? So you see the top of that lip compared to the top of the other one? See how we've just given it that bit of extra power? It's kissable now. Okay? So then we'll come down, give us a little bit of a pout, and then work towards. So we're just taking nice little feather steps all the way to create nice lips. Now what we're going to do is fill them in. So use the same lip liner and fill in all the lips. This works like a stain. It stops feathering, it stops the lips from cracking and bleeding. And on top, if the lipstick or the lip gloss comes off, you've then still got all your colour staying put. So lip liner, lipstick and a little bit of gloss. What I'm going to do now is just apply lip gloss over the top to soften the colour, and you can go lighter. You don't have to apply a red lip gloss over the top just because you've put. I'm now going to give her really nice softer lips by using a really nice soft coral. Bring the lips together. Smooth the lips together like I'm showing. Can you see the difference? How lovely is that? Add a nice little bit of blood, and this is what we call fresh blood. There are about 50 odd different types of blood that we use. This one is not edible. How many are you feeling sorry for me now? So we now start to apply this blood. This is a really fresh arterial or venous. Then we have other bloods that are darker in colour. Feeling funny all the blood coming down your hair. Okay, so then you have dry bloods, then you have to have brown bloods, because I might be dealing with somebody that's been dead a week and they've been just propped up in a house.
Improvement.